Okay guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel, and I'm actually really excited for this deck profile because it's Sprigans, and if you guys have watched the channel long enough, you'll know how much I love Sprigans. It's such a funny deck, it's so cool. Unfortunately, I probably don't get the surprise factor at my locals as much anymore because I played Sprigans before, but you can actually do crazy things with them now thanks to this card and thanks to one more spell. Surprisingly, actually, Sprigans spell cards are actually busted. They're just... it's Sprigans, so the monsters don't really do much. But yeah, Sprigans actually topped, well, bubbled. They got top 64, I think it was, at YCS London. So shout outs to that guy, absolutely outrageous, so good. My list is a little bit different. But looking at his list, I'm going to make a few changes to mine, just from what I experienced at the last locals that I went to as well. Just because, yeah, just to make the deck a little bit more consistent and a little bit more tunneled, I guess is the best way to describe it. But without further ado, guys, let's get into it. So for the Sprigans monsters, we're playing 3 Rocky. Rocky is by far the best, one of the best ones. There's really 2 that stand out, but Rocky, when it's normal summoned or special summoned, it gets you back your field spell from the graveyard, or you can add a Sprigans monster from your graveyard. So that really helps with like brothers. So yeah, 3 Rocky. Hopefully these get some like updated prints. But yeah, I played 3 brothers. Now I see a lot of other lists that they only play 2, and they get the theory beyond that. And I think if you play Sprigans kit, then you should probably only play 2, but I didn't play kit, so I played 3 just to make sure that I had more names. But brothers is a good one as well if you've already got Rocky in your graveyard, to discard this from the field spell to reborn the Rocky. So that's very good. Yeah, 3 brothers I felt was very good. And then for the last Sprigans, I played 1 Branger and 1 Sargass. I would be considered to bump Branger up to 2 because it is like kind of a searcher as well, but you just don't want to brick on it because you can't even normal summon it for defense or whatever if you do brick or whatever. Captain Sargass, you don't summon it a lot, but you can summon it with like smashers and stuff like that. And then this is like a Dryden. You detach a material from a Sprigans XE and then you can pop a card on the field during your opponent's turn. So that can come up, and he is 28 booty. So yeah, those 2. No Pedor, because Pedor is just, it doesn't help in the combo or anything like that. So, and that's not what you want to be normal summoning. I was on 2 Therian King. Realistically, yeah, I think I should bump this down to 1. When I did open this, it is good to open when you open it, but I'd rather just play less cards or play more hand traps, because going second with this deck can be quite difficult sometimes. So yeah, probably bump this down to 1. That is one of the changes that I would make. 1 Stein. This card obviously helps you get access to your exterior, and you can special summon it from Platinum Gadget, and then this helps you get into your gigantic engine, which of course is, I played 1 blue, 1 jet. I think this is like the least that you can play, because obviously blue gets you to jet and jet gets you smashers or double cross if you want to play that. But I did play the red as well. I'll 100% cut the red. The extra negate is nice, but opening red just feels shit. At least if you open one of these, you can special summon it from once you've summoned Stein, and then you get a plus from it. Red doesn't really. And by the time you've got Stein on the field, you're already vulnerable to Nibiru, to all that stuff. So red doesn't really help. So this would be the one that I would cut for sure. But that's it for the Sprite part. So I really like this because I like the Albaz lore. I love that I can play 3 of the what, 6 archetypes is it, in one deck. It makes me feel good. It is nice. Then of course the main thing around this deck. So I think my mistake is because I didn't play the kit stuff. If you don't open the field spell, you can't play. So that's why I think I'm going to go to the kit stuff. So this is why this is version 1. I've already got version 2 cooked up in my head. and we're gonna take that to locals tomorrow when I'm recording this. So yeah, 3 field spell, discard a Spriggan's card, not itself, which is annoying, but discard the Spriggan's card and then summon. It's actually very good that it gives your Spriggan's XEs and 1000 attack as well, because you can just make Merrymaker, attach to it, attack, and then you can make a Zeus, quite a decent sized Zeus as well. So that is very good. So yeah, those. Then we've got 1 terraforming. You just really want to get to your Gold Gorgonda. It's very good. Another one of the broken spells, Spriggan's Watch. This card is a foolish and an ad. If you have Gold Gorgonda on the field, if you don't have Gold Gorgonda on the field, then this is a then this becomes Gold Gorgonda. You get to add it to your hand. So 3 Watch, very good. Just 2 booty. Understand if you max this out, because it is again another copy of the field spell, but if you already have the field spell, this doesn't do anything, whereas Watch will do the foolish and the ad. So that's why I only play 2 booty, because realistically, if you're going to draw any of the 3 spells, the field spell, Watch or booty, it'd be the other 2, not booty. And then the last busted Spriggan's card. This is a Rota and a Soul Charge, like absolutely broken. You can summon like 3 monsters with this. If you open more Spriggan's names, you can summon 4. This card is absolutely busted. I did misplay a couple of times because I should have detached, and then like you're meant to detach then add, and so when this got ashed, I didn't detach, but if I detached, then I would have been able to still combo, because I would have been able to Branger, then add Watch, and then Watch would have been able to Foolish, and someone went back, and then it would have been a normal summon, and then that would have got me Giga and X, and then so on and so forth. I would have been able to combo. So that's my fault, that's my mistake, but yeah, now I know that. This is going to be so good. This can also be a really good interruption on your turn as well, because Sargas, if a material is detached, you can pop or bounce a card. So that is also, again, very good. And I absolutely love that Spriggan's is just good at the moment. I just love it. And I love that someone topped, so if I don't do well with the deck, I know it's just I'm trash. So that makes me feel a lot better. And then on like turn 3, you can detach from any XZ on the field, so you can take from a Zeus, from a Shangri-La, from a what's his name? The Macrocosmo. What's his name? Rise Heart, and then add this back to your hand. So that is also pretty good to do that. Sprite Smashers. We play 2 of these. The reason we play 2 is because it actually has 2 other effects, which actually threw someone off. I was playing against Mathmech, and I activated it and didn't really have much on my field because he nibbed me. I played through like 3 hand traps, and he was like, "You must have a Sprite in hand if you're going to banish something." And then I just used it to bring back the Therian from grave that I had. So yeah, that threw him off, and that was funny. And then on my turn, I had another one, so I just did it to summon a Rocky from grave, add back the Gold Gorgonda, activate Gold Gorgonda, and then I just comboed from there. So yes, Sprite Smash is actually very good. It's an extender. It can help you set up another negate. It can be the banish. Sprite Smashers in this deck is just wild. Just mwah. 2 more cards that I would cut, that I'm gonna cut, is this Colosseum. Realistically, if you add this, or if you say like you hard open this and you activate it, you've now just been drolled. So this plays into droll too much, so I think I'm not going to do that anymore. This is gone, and this is gone. I never wanted this. I don't know why I put it in. It does come up if you open Smashers and you can jet add starter, then that gets you into red if you really want to. But like I said, I'm probably not going to play red. And did help me a few games when I bricked. I just started again and then just made like 1 negate. 1 negate with Smashers, so it's 2 interactions, which is not too bad considering that if I've bricked. But yeah, it's just not enough to keep its place. Then maybe another card that I'm willing to cut is Thrust. The reason I play Thrust is because you can get Watch if you go in second, but obviously going first it's just not very good. The only thing I can do is set Imperm, which is just not good enough. One talent, I think I'll keep a talents in there. Talents is just still good. Get into like rip a card from your opponent or draw in two, because there's no like, I don't have prosperities, so I don't have any draw power. So say like I start with like a watch or something and they ash it, I can talent draw to hopefully draw into what I need. So yeah, probably cut the Thrust and talents. I would keep it at 1 at least. Then what makes this deck I think a bit more playable is 3 Nib. It's pretty, I still think Nib's pretty good because people think, oh, no one's maining Nib, so they'll just play into it games 1. Ash, Book of Moon, and let me just check that everything's on screen, and then 2 Imperm. Yeah, this is good. I'll probably change my hand trap lineup a little bit. I'm not too sure how. I play 41 in the main. Yeah, not too much to say. Nib's obviously good. Like if you do brick, you can just wipe everyone's field, and then it's easy to get rid of the token. Then you got Ash. It's just good against like branded mostly. Book of Moon is obviously just like quite decent, helps you survive if you brick and stuff like that. And then Imperm, just another good hand trap at the moment. On into the extra deck. So the Heart and Soul, Merrymaker. Yep, I remember when this deck was just make Merrymaker, run away, detach in 2 to send Sprint, then either Nib or Gamma people to survive, and then just Albaz them in the end phase. But now this is like, that effect never comes up, and it's just fun to make Merrymaker, get the Foolish, and then it gets you either an extra body or a search, or yeah, and then you're just gonna overlay into Gigantic Champion Sagas. Play 1 Explorer. I made it once, but that was just to make it, because it obviously with the field spell this becomes 2600 attack, which is obviously quite big. That's quite a big body, and then it was easy for me to just make a Zeus with it. I kind of want to cut this just for a different tech option that I've got in my mind, but also it is good to get rid of like back row and stuff. So again, I'm still not very sure. 2 Sargas. This card is fucked. Like, just add you either a Sprigans card or a Therian, and then it has obviously when you detach you can pop or bounce a card, so you can actually bounce your own cards which can come up, or you can like pop your Branger or a Sprigans monster that you've attached with Regulus, so that can come up, especially if you've like attached Branger. You detach a material from an XZ, pop the Branger, then Branger can do the searching, so, and you still get to keep your negate, so that is also very, very good. 1 Gigagan X, this basically adds you Cyberstein. If you open Cyberstein, you can still make this if you want to, just to add like, and it adds you obviously Rocky or Brothers. Then we've got 1 Gigantic Sprite. This is obviously just to get into your Sprite engine. You make it with Platinum Gadget and with Cyberstein. 1 Jin, mine's Italian I think. I couldn't find an English one, it's quite hard to find. Obviously this is just a negate and burn, which is kind of funny, it does come up. I don't get why it's just a burn as well, but yeah, whatever. Only 1 Zeus. I think I never made this, I think I made this once. Yeah, I didn't really need it, so. Then that's it for all of the Xyz. Then for the links, we play 1 Platinum Gadget. Again, this is like, that's how you summon your Stein and make your Gigantic. 1 IP, because I've gone for the IP and the Unicorn just as like a further interaction. Because if you end with like you can end with IP and the Jin, so then you can use the Jin to negate, and then obviously you can use IP and Jin to make Unicorn. and so it's just turns that body into something useful. And then still played one Avramax. I never made this. I forgot I even had it, so yeah, I wouldn't. And for the last card, I just played with one Exterio. So Exterio is absolutely busted, obviously infinite negates, which is obviously good. It was actually kind of funny because against one opponent, they opened 3 evenly matched and had this up, so I just kept milling. It can actually come up though. So for one example, guys, so obviously I had Exterio up. I had Sargass in the grave, and I milled a brothers from Exterio, and obviously when this is sent to grave, I reborn to Sargass, and then obviously this is either like a negate, so it could come up that you have like brothers in grave, and then brothers or Rocky in grave, and then you mill brothers and it can add back and stuff like that. So it does come up, and it is kind of funny when that happens, but yeah, that is it for the deck. So guys, that's it for the deck. There will be a time where I do a combo video, but that's not going to be with this build of the deck just because I'm not 100% happy with it. That will be coming soon though, because I'm going to update this very soon. But yeah, I will show you guys how to play this deck. It is very fun. Shout outs again to, I think his name was Philip, who topped YCS London with this deck. Like, one absolute Chad. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe button, and then I'll see you in the next video.